So what happens when you take a practice that's literally thousands of years old, a practice all about self-discovery and inner peace, and you fuse it with the most advanced technology on the planet? Well, you get a sneak peek into the future of our well-being, a concept called Yoga 2.0. All right, let's get into it. This right here, this is the vision. It comes from the dedication in Sugam Kumar's book, written for his son. And listen to that language. We're not just talking about getting more flexible, we're talking about evolving into a superhuman. It's this idea of creating a new kind of person, one who perfectly blends ancient wisdom with modern tech. It's a huge idea, isn't it? And let's be clear, this isn't just some nice, hopeful quote. This is the absolute core mission of Yoga 2.0. This idea that we can merge these two worlds to unlock our absolute greatest potential, that's the journey we're going to explore today. So who's the mind behind all this? Meet Sugam Kumar. He's an author, but he's also the founder of Varenyam AI. This guy literally lives at the intersection of these two worlds. He's deeply rooted in the ancient traditions of yoga, but his day job is all about cutting-edge tech. His entire work is dedicated to building that bridge, showing us that tradition and innovation aren't enemies. They're actually the perfect allies for a healthier future. Okay, but why do we even need a revolution like this? What's broken? Well, it turns out our modern world has created what you could call a massive wellness gap. And honestly, the numbers are pretty shocking. Let's start with this one, 56%. That is the percentage of the entire world population that now lives in a city. And yeah, cities are amazing, they offer so much opportunity, but they also surround us 24/7 with a very unique kind of stress, from the noise, the crowds, to the constant pressure to just keep up. And the physical cost of that life? It is huge. According to the World Health Organization, this number, 4.2 million, is how many people die every single year just from urban air pollution. Let that sink in. That's an almost invisible price we're paying for our modern lifestyle. And it's not just our physical health. Look at this. Living in a city makes you 21% more likely to have an anxiety disorder. And even more staggering, it makes you 39%, almost 40% more likely to suffer from a mood disorder. The very environment that we've built for ourselves is actually working against our own well-being. So you think, okay, yoga, that's the answer. But here's the reality check. For most people, traditional yoga has some major roadblocks. It can be super expensive. It's hard to find a good instructor you connect with. A class of 30 people is never going to be personalized to you. And let's be honest, finding a spare 90 minutes in your day, that's a huge challenge. All these hurdles keep yoga from helping the people who need it the most. And this is where the whole story takes a fascinating turn. We've got this big problem, this wellness gap. Sugam Kumar's big idea is that we can build a bridge across it using one of the most powerful tools we have, artificial intelligence. Let's see just how AI tackles those problems we talked about head on. That one-size-fits-all class, it becomes a practice that is perfectly tailored just for your body and your goals. The risk of getting hurt because you're doing a pose wrong, that's replaced by a virtual coach giving you real-time form correction. Limited access to a studio? Now you've got access anytime, anywhere. And that feeling of slow progress? That's transformed by a system that uses your data to help you improve way faster. So how does this magic actually work? It's a pretty simple but powerful process. First, you give it your data, your goals, your current fitness level, maybe information from your smartwatch. The AI crunches all of that to create a totally custom routine. But here's the really cool part. It doesn't just stop there. As you get stronger and more flexible, the system learns and adapts right along with you. It's a wellness journey that literally grows as you grow. Okay, so this all sounds amazing in theory, but what does it actually look like in the real world? This isn't science fiction anymore. The tools to make this happen are already here, right now. The toolkit for Yoga 2.0 is probably made up of things you've already seen or heard of. We're talking about smart apps on your phone, wearables on your wrist, intelligent yoga mats, and even virtual reality studios that can transport you anywhere. Let's look at some real examples to make this concrete. You've got an app like Down Dog that uses AI to create a completely new, unique class for you every time you open it. No more boring routines. Then you have a smart mat like YogaFi that has sensors built right in to give you feedback on your posture as you're doing it. A wearable like the Aura Ring can show you exactly how your practice is affecting your sleep and recovery. And with a VR studio like Supernatural, you can do your sun salutations on a beautiful beach in Bali instead of your living room. And this is where it gets really powerful. The impact goes way beyond just getting a good workout. In the world of therapy, these tools are absolute game changers. Imagine you have chronic pain, and AI can design a routine that's both safe and effective for you. Or if you're recovering from surgery, it can create gentle, targeted poses to help you heal faster. This is where personalization isn't just a convenience, it's truly life-changing. Now, of course, whenever you have technology this powerful, you have to talk about the flip side. We have to be thoughtful. Forging an ethical, responsible future for Yoga 2.0 is just as critical as the innovation itself. So what are the big hurdles we need to watch out for? Well, there's the risk of becoming too dependent on the tech, right? And, of course, the huge issue of data privacy. Then there's the challenge of making sure the AI algorithms aren't biased and that they work for every single body type. And maybe most important of all, how do we use all this incredible innovation without losing the authentic, spiritual soul of yoga? And this brings us to what is maybe the most important rule of Yoga 2.0. Kumar's vision is crystal clear on this. AI is here to augment the practice, not replace it. The goal is to enhance, to support the deeply human and spiritual core of yoga. It's about making technology serve the practice, and never, ever the other way around. So, after all that, where do we stand? We've looked at the problem, the incredible solution, the tools already in our hands, and the important questions we need to ask. It really all comes down to a choice, how we decide to embrace this new wellness revolution. Which brings us right back to that big, powerful question from the beginning. If we can thoughtfully and respectfully blend 5,000 years of human wisdom with the most powerful tools we have ever created, could we actually be on the verge of unlocking our greatest potential? The vision of Yoga 2.0 seems to suggest that the answer is a resounding yes, and that the superhuman isn't just science fiction anymore, but maybe, just maybe, the very next step in our own human story.